where I wish to talk about Arsenal versus Southampton versus Arsenal in the FA Cup. Now, obviously, we're the holders, so yeah, it's obviously something to be proud about. Certain football club vicinity, shall we say, hasn't won it since 1991, so we obviously know a lot better. But in that regard, then I'd also want to touch about some other stuff apart from the FA Cup preview. But I'll start on the preview first. So, without any further ado, I will share my screen, which hopefully you can all see there. So, yeah. So this will be my team for the hang on just a moment. I'll just increase the size of the screen so you can all see it. Hang on. I should really be prepared for this, but such as life is not always perfect. Um, so my apologies for the unprofessional nature of this stream, but said again, such is life. Okay, so hopefully you'll be able to see this now. It should be a lot larger. Um, um, okay, so this will be my team based on what I think Arteta may play. So you got well, obviously basic 4-1. Um, I think Tini may come back. Seems he's okay. I know he was out on the Palace game, but he was obviously in the Newcastle game was very good, so I think he may start again. I think he may go with Holding and Gabriel. I think Gabriel needs a bit of game time. Pablo Mari, from what I see, still injured. Suarez over Hector. I don't see why not. Suarez had a very good game, and why not? I think if there's a renewed confidence, then I think having some competition would be good. Um, Jacka Partey again. Partey needs to get up to speed again. And to be fair to Jacka, not my favourite player, but he has played well in the last few games. I'll give him that. Saka, again, why not play him in a number 8/10 position? I think he is capable of that role. Obviously, he could dribble, drive, his short range passing is not bad. He can shoot. Pepe, I'll play in this game. He hasn't featured much, but yes, it's an important game. Martinelli, he's fit. He's squaring to go. And Alba, his contribution has been improved, and yeah, I think it would be bad to drop him. And so, look, Lack has done okay, to be fair, but Alba for me is our best striker, certainly our best finisher. If one would concede that his all-round game is better, Alba is more clinical, and obviously as the captain, I think he has to start. So I think Southampton will be, I think Southampton may take this seriously too. Well, it's the FA Cup, isn't it? So, and look, Southampton are above us in the league. They want a Europa League place, whether it's via the FA Cup or the league. So, and our record at Southampton isn't the best, to be honest. So, you know, this you may notice I've put Saka to the Smith Rowe. I think Smith needs a bit of a rest, to be honest. I'll put him on the bench. Saka has had more. Well, look, Saka's been more or less a mainstay for us for what, over 12 months, isn't it? So he's more used to the rough and tumble than Smith Rowe. So obviously Arteta may think differently, but for me, this is a side I think that can compete with Southampton and get a result. There are no replays this year. I think it all goes to extra time and penalties, which makes sense because of the condensed schedule. So it could well be a penalty shootout. And yeah, so as for the score, it's going to be difficult. Southampton will try to isolate us one on one as they did with Theo. We scored a goal less of all people to score him. But other than that, I think it will be. Uh, I think Danny is may come back. But if he's fully fit, then obviously he's a danger. And not just that, but I think Southampton as a side really, more so away from home, have got a number over the past 10 years because our record there has been very poor. When they were at the Dell, obviously this is a long time ago now because they moved from the Dell shit a long time. Our record there was okay, but at their new ground, it's been very poor. Um, I think yeah, these things happen. It's in a way it's like how we used to go to Stoke. Um, these things happen. Sometimes you have a bad vibe about a place or the way a team plays and sets up. And we did beat Southampton after the resumption of the lockdown last season, but that's last season. So and we got Southampton again in the league. So these are two games that really both sides will be looking to win for obviously well, it's the same reasons, get to the next round and get up to speed in the league. So I can see it's going to extra time, to be honest. Um, for penalties, you may say we may favour it. Our record in penalty shootouts, to be fair, over some time, probably about the last 10 years, has been pretty decent. I can't remember many penalty shootouts we've actually lost over the past decade. Um, but, you know, uh, what? I'm going to put my neck up here. I think this may go to penalties because I think in the 90 minutes it may be a draw, probably a 1-1, 2-2 or something like that. And who knows, we may shade it in extra time or via a penalty shootout. Um, so, yeah, I think we may win this by penalties. So that is that for now. And just bear with me in restoring the settings to normal. Um, I have to apologize for it being so haphazard, but yeah, that should be it now. Okay then, so next story then is Socrates is going. I know that was from yesterday, or I think it was yesterday or the day before. But even still, I just want to talk briefly about Socrates. The thing with Socrates is that he did bring a different energy to us. And I do think that he wasn't a world class defender, let's be honest. But he was a defender really who did bring a different kind of energy to us. He did bring a bit of shit house, as you say, a bit of aggression, a bit of physicality. In a way, it was kind of like he reminded me of this style of kind of like a Michael. I was gonna say Michael Owen. What the fuck? I don't know why I said Michael Owen of Martin Keown, in that he was kind of physical. He was in your face. He was more wasn't combative, but certainly a bit. He liked the rough and tumble. There was that thing that Gary Neville said about him and Louise and what's his name, Mustafi. And I get why he's saying that because our defenders did make a lot of mistakes and probably was thinking, oh well, are these men actually learning in training, which is a reasonable thing to say. But other than that, I think he was the okay defender, and I think he did have something. But all the best to him. I have nothing against him, and yeah, hopefully he can spend the rest of his career, um, positively, and thanks for the memories, as it were. Um, Now, next story of today is Odegaard. Now, according to a lot of reports from the likes of, say, Romano, Fabrizio Romano, that is, that we're very close to signing Martin Odegaard from Real Madrid on loan. Um, Now, my view on this is that I look, in principle, I have nothing against it. I think we do obviously need depth in that area because Willian can't cut it. Mesut Ozil's gone. Um, what's his name? Smith Rowe is very good, but he's still young. So we do need obviously someone with a bit. Yeah, we need depth. We need cover. Saka can play in that number 8, 10 position. Pepe could potentially, but other than that, I think in terms of depth, yeah. But in terms of getting gassed over it and thinking, yes, he's the next man, we have to relax our case a bit. And I'm not calling anyone out, but some of our online fans can get a bit too overzealous in how they evaluate players. So yes, he got a lot of goal contributions, goals and assists at Real Sociedad. But with all due respect, look, Real Sociedad are doing well in the Liga, to be fair. And but it's a different kettle of fish coming to the Premier League so young. But as I say, we'll see how he can you see how he can function. If he does well in 6 months, maybe he can be another addition in the future. Who knows? So in principle, I have nothing against it. I support it in terms of getting more depth to the side. Um, and yeah, uh, I think he can add something, and hopefully he can, rotate with Smith Rowe. Um, and yeah, in this regard, then I think he does have something that he can add. So that's that story. So then there's also Matt Ryan, the Australian goalkeeper, who just a moment. Matt Ryan, the Australian goalkeeper, who has joined us on loan from Brighton. Um, Now, I think we do obviously need a backup goalkeeper. Renarsson has proven. Look, Renarsson has always signed backup, to be fair, let's be frank, but I think we do need somebody who can inspire, with all due respect to Renarsson, a bit more confidence, shall we say. Hopefully you can see that on your screens there. A bit more confidence, as we can say, given his performance in the what's his name League Cup, where we got frankly slapped down by Man City. But he has Premier League experience. He has general experience, but as a backup, I see nothing wrong with it. So two more or less, well, one definite signing, one to come in, as it were. It looks like, it looks like the thing, the tides are turning, if that makes sense, towards Odegaard. So the thing with January transfer window is that you're not going to get your big stars unless they're disaffected at the football clubs. You look at Aubameyang, right? Aubameyang, yes, obviously was a world class player when we got him. I still believe he's world class. People's views may differ. He's definitely a world class goal scorer. If you're saying in terms of all round game, yeah, maybe there are better strikers out there. Some may say Guerrero, some you have to probably say Luis Suarez. But other than that, Aubameyang has done it in the Bundesliga and the Premier League for two big clubs. Let's be frank. Dortmund's not as big a club as Arsenal in terms of global brand, but that's probably the second biggest football club in Germany. Look, they've won the Champions League and we haven't, so we can't turn their nose down at them. But the thing with Aubameyang is that he has, he was disaffected at Dortmund. He wanted to leave, just like Sanchez to Man United, Giroud to Chelsea, or from us to Chelsea, or Fernando Torres. This is some years ago now. He wanted to leave Liverpool and join what's his name, Chelsea. Um, unless a player is disaffected, you're not going to get your big names. You're going to get the likes of, I know, yeah, we got a Sharvin. That's a long time, 12 years ago. That's a long time. Yeah, he was from, I think it's Zenit and Petersburg, so the Russian league, obviously. And with all due respect to the Russian league, is not at the absolute level. So there'll be players like that. Man United get this, and but with all due respect to the Portuguese, it's not at the same level as other leagues, is it? I say the Portuguese league. To be fair, the Portuguese league's probably league, La Liga, League or Serie A, Bundesliga are the five best in terms of holistic quality. Then you probably say the Portuguese league's the next level down. So our Portuguese league, the Dutch league, maybe the Scottish league, probably one of the former Yugoslavian leagues, probably maybe Serbia, probably Greece, Turkey. But maybe somewhere like Poland, I'd say it's probably a second tier. Probably Switzerland, I'll put in that second tier too. So we don't be fair to um, in January. So to expect to get madness signings in January when teams are either challenging for the league, challenging for European place, challenging for Champions League, Europa League. That's like like we want to leave more games in France Cup, obviously with France. Um, uh, these things. So if you get players or two players are not big names and main names, so be. So I think that's all the news there is. Oh yes, and they'll talk of new and that's and I think the reason performance, but still um, so, and my minutes extra time. I think we initiate it on penalties. So excellent for this, and see you after tomorrow's fourth round game against Southampton.